I'm Janelle Shires, Youth and Family Director here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Seattle. Thank you for joining me today. We are doing our Golden Thread of Truth, and this lesson is based on tales from the Torah, and it's about Oneness and Rosh Hashanah. So if you are able to come visit us in person, we have youth program Sundays at 11. Otherwise, these videos are a great way for you to take a moment with your children and talk about a topic that interests you. Just make sure that you subscribe below so that you're notified when the next video gets put up. So as I said, we're talking about Rosh Hashanah, and like all of the Jewish holidays, starts at sunset the night before and may last for 1 or more days. The Jewish religion celebrates Rosh Hashanah this year, September 25th, and it's a day that starts the new Jewish calendar. So at the beginning of the new Jewish New Year. And this lesson is specifically based on the Shofar, a simple horn, ram's horn, that is used to celebrate the start of a new year and symbolizes the remembrance of a life of good life, how to live a good life. So like I said, the shofar is just a simple ram's horn that the Jews are commanded to sound on the solemn days of the new year. It reminds the people of the Jewish faith that the power of their hearts is more powerful than anything, any event in their life. They're reminded that they are meant to live a good life and a holy life. So people of the Jewish faith show their gratitude by God by obeying his commandments. And something fun also is that a traditional food, a traditional treat during this time is eating apples dipped in honey. And that's as a symbol of the wish for a sweet new year. So I have a story for you today about the shofar. It's called Shofar in the High Seas. And a great and saintly rabbi, a rabbi is someone who is a leader in the Jewish community, was on aboard a ship together with a couple of his disciples. So Rosh Hashanah was drawing near, and still there was no land in sight. So the rabbi and his disciples prepared to spend the high holy days of Rosh Hashanah on the high sea. Well, on the night of Rosh Hashanah, a storm kicked up, and the ship was just tossed about by the huge waves. The water was just coming over the bow and the stern, and it really felt as if the ship was going to fall apart. So the rabbi, he was down in his cabin, and all he was doing was he was engaged in prayer, paying no attention to the storm or anything that was happening above him. So at dawn, when the storm had not let up, the two disciples said, we better go tell him what's going on and how grave danger we are in. But they went down there and they saw him still in prayer, so they decided not to. So they thought, okay, we'll just keep on doing the best we can with, shushing the water off the ship and just doing whatever we can do to keep the ship going. Well, finally the ship was really rickety and the storm was really at its height. And the disciples finally said, we need to go tell the rabbi what's going on. And they did. And the rabbi said, okay, if this is the case then, waste no time, bring the shofar quickly and let us fulfill the sacred commandment of sounding the shofar while we are still alive. So the disciples brought him the shofar, and soon the sound of the shofar was heard throughout the boat. And the high winds that seemed to be wrecking that ship carried the sound all around. But then suddenly the wind began to calm down, as if afraid to drown out the holy sounds of the shofar. Also, the roar of the sea grew quieter and quieter, and before long, there was perfect calm over the water. The last sounds of the shofar rang clearly in the stillness of the early morning. It was a wonderful miracle. Well, the captain and the sailors and many of the passengers followed the sounds, and they came down to the rabbi's cabin, where they found the rabbi and his 2 disciples joyfully concluding the solemn shofar practice. Amazed and full of awe, they bowed their heads in respect. And when the rabbi concluded the service, the captain said, "That certainly is a magical horn that you have there, for it has changed the stormy sea into a calm lake. If you will sell it to me, I will give you anything you wish for it." Well, the rabbi smiled and answered, "No, my friend, it's not a magical horn, but a shofar, a simple ram's horn, which we Jews are commanded to sound on the solemn days of our New Year. It raises a storm in our hearts, which is mightier than the storm of the sea, for it calls us to return to God with humility." I did not know, the rabbi said, that it would save us all. All I wanted to do was fulfill one more divine commandment in the last couple moments of life left to live. But God is merciful and spared us, and so we might live a good and holy life. So let us show our gratitude, and by obeying his high commandments, always in time of safety as well as in times of danger, for we are always at his mercy. So with that, why was the calming of the seas called a miracle? Well, I would say because it's something that the people did not expect. They thought it was a magical horn, but all things are possible with God. And what does the story mean when it says the storm of the heart is more powerful than the storm of the sea? It means that each person is powerful when their hearts and intentions are centered in God. So, as I said, the Jews use the shofar during Rosh Hashanah to remember that God is always with us, guiding, guarding, and protecting us. In science of mind, the universe holds nothing against us. No matter how many mistakes we make, we will be perfect beings within, and within may become without. So if we carefully train ourselves to listen to our inner voice of truth, which speak to us in our moments of quietness and solitude. So I hope you got something out of that. Let me know. Give me a call or pop me an email. And thanks for joining in. And don't forget to subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in person if you're able. Thank you.